going to show you how to make these beautiful no-sew fabric bows. So take your fabric, I fold mine in half just to keep or make it easier to cut. I like to do them 6 inches thick, so you end up with a 3-inch bow. And I love this type of fabric that has these little grids on it because it makes it really simple to cut. You don't have to mark it, you just kind of follow that line, and it does not have to be perfect. So I'm using here no-sew hemming tape. You can get it at any craft store, Walmart, Amazon. And I lay 2 strips out for these bigger bows, side by side all the way down. And then you're gonna take each side of that fabric and you're gonna fold it over in half. Once again, this does not have to be perfect. They don't have to be perfectly matched up, as long as you meet that seam somewhere in the middle. And then take your iron. I do it on the hottest setting and just go over that, and it kind of melts that tape in to the fabric. And then you have this beautiful long ribbon. So do that all the way around or all the way down. And then once you have your ribbon, I like to make 2 hoops like that, and then you take one over the other and you put the top one, you fold it into the middle and then pull it through, flip that tail over, and then you have a bow. There's so many ways to tie a bow. I found this was the easiest way to get an even tie on these big bows and even the smaller fabric ones. This might be the most time-consuming part of the whole process right here is fluffing it and twisting the tails so they're both seam side back, and just getting it to a place where you really like how it looks. I like my tails to be different lengths, so I don't really worry too much about that. However, you can, work on that to get those even if you would like. And then at this point, when you have it to a spot you really like how it looks, I like to fold the tails in half, cut them at an angle, and you have these really nice V's on the end of each bow. Do it again to the other side. Use really sharp scissors. These are scissors that I have to hide from my children because if you have kids, you know that they will be used to cut things that they shouldn't. And then here we have a red and green. I like to add a little wire onto the back. I think these were actually Christmas tree hooks, ornament hooks. And that way you have a little hoop. You could hang it on your garland, your wreath, just anywhere around your house. Okay, and then here I'm gonna make a smaller version. So I only have a 2-inch thick piece of fabric here. And it's 2 inches by 22 inches long, 22 to 24 inches long, depending on your fabric. Same concept, except I only use 1 piece of the hemming tape here. So fold that over, meet somewhere in the middle, grab your iron, and go all the way down, just like we did on the bigger bow. These bows are great you could make them into hair bows. They could go on gifts. And you'll see at the end, I use them to make a bow garland. So same thing here, make 2 hoops. It's a little easier to see this process on the smaller ribbon. Cross them over, and then 1 through the hole and pull it out. And then you're gonna, once again, have to twist one of those tails so they're both seam side back. Pull them through and just fluff it and to get to the point where you like how it looks. And there you go, a sweet little bow. This would work for other times of the year besides just Christmas if you want to put a bow in your hair or for other types of gifts. And then here is my garland. I just put a dab of glue on the top of a yarn and hung it up there.